Detroit 187 star Erin Cummings has been giving the metro area a warm helping hand with her Mittens for Detroit charity. She recently touched down at Aco's hardware store in Southfield for a charity drive. Numerous area residents visited the Southfield Aco hardware store to get a glimpse of television actress Erin Cummings and to support a good cause.
This event came about by just a lazy Sunday morning. I was reading the Detroit Free Press, and I saw an ad in the paper about the Mittens for Detroit, and they had a phone number if you wanted to participate or if you wanted to donate mittens, call this phone number. And I saw it right away and thought it was a good thing for Aco, even if it was just my store. I contacted John Williamson. He is our Vice President of Operations, and I asked him if it would be all right to have a box in our store. And he seemed very excited about not only having a box in our store, but having a Mittens for Detroit box in all of our stores. I then contacted the phone number in the newspaper, and I was put in touch with Erin, and she brought us our boxes, and we distributed them to the 48 stores that were going to participate.
Cummings has always looked for ways to give back to the community. The Mittens for Detroit idea came to her this past Halloween when she encountered a young trick-or-treater in tears because she was cold and only had one glove. The idea grew from there.
The inspiration for Mittens for Detroit actually came from an experience that I had on Halloween night. I was passing out candy with my cousin, Kathy Moss, who lives in Southfield, and we had a young girl come to the door who was missing one of her gloves. She was obviously very upset and very cold, and Kathy immediately zeroed in on the fact that this young girl was upset and missing one of her gloves. So she invited the family inside the house to get warm, and she gave the girl an extra pair of her gloves that she had in her car. And I know that it was sort of a simple thing to do, but it was also one of those experiences where when we live in a time where people are often afraid to open their doors to a stranger, much less invite them into their homes, and in a time where it's so easy to go, oh, but that's my spare pair, I keep those in my car, I might need those tomorrow. It wasn't even something she thought about. She just went and did it, and I realized that it can be that easy to give back, and it can be that easy and inexpensive, really, as well. And in this economic time, I think everyone should be able to enjoy the luxury of giving, which it really is a luxury, the way that it makes you feel and what it does for you.
Mittens for Detroit collects gloves from all over and then redistributes new gloves and mittens to needy Detroit children and adults.
And we have people who donate, gloves that they buy at the dollar store. We have people who go to the mall and they get $50 isotone or leather gloves, and we'll take all of them. So it really just came out of that.
Numerous businesses, groups, and individuals have pitched in to become involved, making the charity a surprising success story, as evidenced by the Aco charity drive.
I think the Mittens for Detroit event went exceptionally well. I mean, and this is exactly how it kind of works for us. One of our associates brings it to us that something's going on in the local community, and then we have to decide if that's something that the company wants to get behind or not. We certainly can't get behind everything, but this has been an exceptional event and certainly a worthwhile event, especially when you look at the winter we've been having this year. So,
with the help of Jason Brown from Public City PR, this whole idea was actually able to spiral into a community initiative that has not only been able to get individuals involved, but has also revved up an enthusiasm in small businesses, Aco Hardware being one of them.
If you'd like to contribute to Mittens for Detroit, visit mittensfordetroit.org. To keep track of Cummings on Detroit 187, visit abc.go.com.